Why grinding 24/7 is the worst advice you'll ever hear, and how to actually succeed. Hey everyone, how's it going? Great to see so many faces here today. Let's dive into something that's been on my mind, and honestly, I think it's messing with a lot of us, the glorification of the 24/7 hustle. We live in a culture obsessed with the grind. Scroll through Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, it's everywhere. Rise and grind, no days off, sleep is for the weak. We're bombarded with this idea that unless you're working every waking moment, sacrificing everything for your goals, you're not serious, you're not dedicated, you're going to fail. I'm here to tell you, that's bullshit. It's a toxic lie that's not only burning people out but also actively preventing them from achieving the success they crave. I've seen it firsthand. I've lived it. I used to buy into this whole hustle harder mentality. Started businesses, poured every ounce of energy into them, fueled by this anger and the fear of not doing enough. And guess what? They failed. Miserably. I was so stressed, so on edge, that I couldn't think straight, couldn't connect with people, and ultimately, couldn't build anything of value. Think about it. We're told to emulate these successful figures who preach the non-stop grind. But when you actually look at how they operate, it's often a different story. They might talk about the hustle, but they're also living life, pursuing hobbies, spending time with loved ones. Let's take a very American example. Consider a legend, someone who changed the face of their industry. For many Americans, that figure is an athlete like Tom Brady. He's known for his incredible work ethic, no doubt, but he also knows the value of rest, recovery, and a balanced life. Or take a prominent American entrepreneur like Elon Musk. He's known for his relentless work, but even he has spoken about the importance of sleep and the dangers of burnout. He acknowledges that peak performance requires periods of rest and recharging. So, why the disconnect? Why do we keep pushing this harmful narrative? I think it comes down to a fundamental misunderstanding of how success actually works. We've been conditioned to believe that success is a linear path, a constant uphill battle where more effort always equals more results. But that's not how it is. There are two main types of goals we pursue. I call them front-facing and back-facing goals. Front-facing goals are those that involve interacting with the world, being in the public eye. Think. Building a successful YouTube channel. Public speaking or giving presentations. Networking and building relationships in your industry. Landing major clients for your business. Back-facing goals are those you can achieve largely on your own, in solitude. Examples include coding a new app or software, writing a novel or screenplay, investing and managing your finances, getting in peak physical shape through solo training. Now, here's the crucial part, the 24/7, angry hustle mindset sabotages both types of goals, but in different ways. Let's start with front-facing goals. Imagine you're trying to become a successful podcaster. You're grinding away, barely sleeping, fueled by this internal rage and pressure. How do you think you'll come across to your audience? Exhausted, stressed, negative. Nobody wants to listen to that. Nobody wants to work with that. On the other hand, if you're well rested, taking care of yourself, engaging in activities outside of work that bring you joy, you'll naturally be more positive, energetic, and engaging. People will be drawn to you. Now, for back-facing goals, you might think, well, I'm working alone, so it doesn't matter if I'm angry and stressed. Wrong. It matters to the most important person in this equation, you. Here's where we need to talk about a little psychology. Remember Pavlov's dogs? Classic experiment. Pavlov trained dogs to associate the sound of a bell with food, so they'd start salivating even without food present. Well, when you're constantly grinding, fueled by negativity, you're essentially doing the same thing to yourself. You're training your brain to associate work with stress, anxiety, and misery. This creates a negative feedback loop. You start to dread work, making it harder to start, harder to focus, and harder to produce quality results. It kills your creativity. Innovation and breakthroughs rarely happen when you're stressed and exhausted. It leads to burnout. You'll eventually hit a wall, feeling depleted, unmotivated, and potentially even resentful of the very goals you were chasing. So, what's the alternative? How do we break free from this toxic cycle? It's simple, but it requires a conscious shift in mindset. Embrace a more balanced, sustainable approach to work and life. Here are some practical steps you can take. Prioritize sleep. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep each night. It's not a sign of weakness, it's a fundamental requirement for optimal cognitive function and emotional regulation. Schedule in fun and relaxation. Make time for hobbies, social activities, and things that bring you joy. This isn't wasted time, it's an investment in your well-being and creativity. Practice mindfulness. Take a few minutes each day to be present, whether it's through meditation, deep breathing, or simply paying attention to your surroundings. This helps to calm your nervous system and reduce stress. Set realistic goals. Break down your big goals into smaller, manageable steps. Celebrate your progress along the way, no matter how small. Cultivate self-compassion. Be kind to yourself. Recognize that you're human, and you're going to have good days and bad days. Don't beat yourself up when things don't go perfectly. Look, I know this is easier said than done. We're swimming against a strong cultural current. But I'm telling you, from personal experience and from observing truly successful people, this is the path to sustainable, fulfilling success. Think about the people you admire most, the ones who've achieved incredible things. They're not just working all the time. They have full lives. They are present with their family and friends. They have a passion for what they do, but that passion is fueled by a healthy balance, not by self-destructive obsession. So, here's my challenge to you: for the next week, try incorporating these principles into your life. Prioritize sleep, schedule in some fun, be kind to yourself, and see how you feel. I bet you'll be surprised by the results. You might find yourself more focused, more creative, more productive, and, most importantly, happier. Let's ditch the glorification of the 24/7 hustle. It's a recipe for burnout and misery. Instead, let's embrace a more balanced, sustainable approach to work and life. One that allows us to achieve our goals while also enjoying the journey. Because ultimately, success isn't just about what you achieve, it's about who you become along the way. So, what do you all think? Are you ready to ditch the 24/7 grind and find a more sustainable path to success? I really want to hear your experiences and perspectives on this, so let me know in the comments below. What are your biggest struggles with work-life balance? What are some strategies you use to stay sane and productive? Let's start a conversation. And, of course, if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share it with anyone who needs to hear this message. Thanks for watching.